This is the first of my video blogs, and since I'm new to this sort of thing, things could be pretty amateur. For the first one, for the first few perhaps. For the first one, I'm going to be discussing this guy. Bring this up on the screen. Let's get this centered here. David Icke. Looking magnificently cheerful in that photograph, I have to say. And I'm going to be commenting on a audio blog that he recently released. So if I cue that up, this thing keeps going dark for some strange reason. So, and this should be very audible on here. Got the volume turned right up. So I'm cueing this piece of audio right now, or I will when I find it. File Explorer, and I'm going to keep pausing this to make my own comments. And before I start this, I'll just get it ready, and it's queued up at last. Now, David Icke's got a thing or two to say regarding forums on the internet, and I'm not quite sure what his issue is, because sure, you can get people posting messages on forums on the internet, and you don't know whether they really mean what they say or not, but equally you could say David Icke is standing up on the stage in front of 3,000 people, and he may not necessarily mean what he's saying either. So that's not exactly an indicator. So let's find out what David Icke's problem is with people who post messages on internet forums and equivalent type mediums. So here goes.
I've had a few people contact me about how should I put it, abuse that is aimed in my direction on various internet forums and sites, and also aimed at people who work the forum on the David Icke website. It's kind of, it's one thing really to have those that want to stop this information circulating, to target people who are trying to communicate it. But it is rather staggering and extremely sad, and I have to say pathetic, to have those that say, we must get the information out, it's the Illuminati, and then they target people who are actually having success in getting the information about these subjects out into the public arena. Now, of course, there are those that are on these forums specifically there to undermine those that are communicating this information effectively. Let's not, kid ourselves that there are not people that are from the, if you like, establishment who are specifically trying to generate abuse and undermine people that they want to stop. And indeed, it's come out in the last few weeks. I've posted a few stories on the website of how the Pentagon, for instance, and other military organizations have talked about the need to use what they call bloggers or people on forums to target those they want to undermine. So that goes on, and you expect that, and it's okay. It's, flying on an elephant's back and all that stuff. But it's part of also something else that I see, which I call big picture, little picture. And so many people, even those that are not kind of, plants, those that are hurling abuse at researchers who are communicating this information, they are an example of something that I see right across society, and they're what I call little game players. These are people who cannot see the big picture and get caught, therefore, in the little picture. They can't see the big game, so they get caught in the little game. When I worked for the BBC years ago, there were what I call BBC people. These were people who were so caught in the BBC that their only topic of conversation was the BBC. Who was going to get this job? Who was going to get that job? What did so-and-so say? Ooh, and what did they say? Ooh, my goodness. What happened? Tell me. Ooh, did he? What, he did that? Ooh. It was all this stuff. And that's how they sort of like BBC, that's all it was. And then when you go to places like the Houses of Parliament, I don't know anyone has been there, but I went once, and a long time ago, and I was kind of taken aback because I was in a place that looked in on itself. I could see just from the nature of Parliament and the way it operated, how politicians, Congress and Capitol Hill be the same all over the world, I'm sure, how they get so divorced from the reality and the life of those they're supposed to be representing, because it becomes like a sub-world. And so they might go in there, some of them, with big picture intentions. I want to do this, I want to make a difference to the world, I want to do this, I want to do that. But then they get caught in the little world, and suddenly it becomes more important to them to undermine someone in their own party, maybe whose job they want or someone they don't like, than it is actually to get on with the job of what they set out to do when they entered Parliament and politics, which was to make a difference, a positive difference. And they become little game players because they get caught in the kind of myopic view of their world. And I see this all over the place, and I see it on these forums so often. I mean, there's some great people on the forums that communicate some great information, and they're doing it because they want to make a difference, and they want to communicate with people and exchange information. That's great. But the abusers, the ones that just set out to abuse other people, they have got caught in that. Instead of the big game, hey, have you seen what's happening in the world? Have you seen where it's going? Have you seen what kind of world our children and our grandchildren are going to have to live in? Never mind that even. What adults today are living in and will have to live in, most of them, before they leave this world. Because we're not talking about sometime never or sometime over the rainbow. We're talking about now. It's unfolding before us. It's not a case of
in his mind.
The Orwellian state. We're already in it. The question is, how deep are we going in it? We're having child abuse on a fantastic scale. We're having the abuse of freedom. We're having people increasingly microchipped, iris scans,
Wow.
all their data.
How many people do you know that have been microchipped recently?
Being available to government agencies. All this stuff's going on. People being slaughtered in places like Iraq. And then you see on these conspiracy forums so often, you see these people, and all they want to do is abuse other people within the arena of conspiracy research.